अदर्स, सो वो उनका ट्रेडमार्क में आता है। देन कॉपीराइट में अ वर्क मस्ट बी ओरिजिनल, creative and fixed in a tangible medium. Patent and invention must be new, useful, and non-obvious. Trademark, a mark must be distinctive. That is, it must be capable of identifying the source of particular goods. Then term of protections, mostly 60 years in copyright, patent 20 years, and trademark as long as, जब तक वो कंपनी उसको बदलना नहीं चाहती है। ठीक है, अभी जैसे यू कैन सी द लोगो ऑफ द महिंद्रा, है ना, पहले वो एम करके आता था, अब उन्होंने बटरफ्लाई लगा दिया उसके ऊपर। सो जब तक कंपनी उसको चेंज ना करे, टिल द होल लाइफ इट विल गोज लाइक दिस वन। Then the rights granted in copyright: right to control the reproduction, making of derivatives, distribution, and public performances and display of the copyrighted work that is protected under the Copyright Act. Patent: right to prevent others from making, selling, using, or importing the patent inventions. And trademark: right to use the mark and to prevent others from using similar marks in a way that would cause a likelihood of confusion about the original of the goods or the सर्विसेज। ओके, उसके लाइक भी जैसा नहीं, उसके जैसा भी नहीं वो होना चाहिए। जैसे हम कहें कि अगर महिंद्रा का बटरफ्लाई है, बटरफ्लाई की आप 2 की जगह 4 मूछें लगा दें, है ना, तो वैसा भी एंटीना जो है वो नहीं होना चाहिए। सो दैट आल्सो प्रोटेक्टेड अंडर दिस कॉपीराइट पेटेंट एंड ट्रेडमार्क्स। Okay, so this is what copyright says as far as your content is concerned. Then we are saying that if you wanted to share your work, because see, when we are searching from the internet, it means we are searching the content that is created by someone else. So why not you share your work? Okay, the same way you are getting the work, the some other will be benefited for your work from your work. So that should be there. And if it is so, then it is advisable that it is proposed to adapt the Creative Commons licensing protocol so that the content can be freely shared and customized as per the local needs. So for example, if I have somewhat I have shared on the internet, our Copyright Act also says if nothing is written over there, you can see this is the mark of the copyright which is over there. If nothing is over there, still you can consider it as a copyright. If apart from that something other has not written, अगर उस पर कुछ भी नहीं लिखा है किसी वेबसाइट पे या किसी कंटेंट के ऊपर या किसी इमेज के ऊपर, तो भी हम उसको जो है वो कॉपीराइट में ही समझेंगे, अगर उसमें कुछ और नहीं लिखा है तो। ओके, सो ऐसे ही कॉपीराइट इफ यू सी, इट्स ऑल राइट रिजर्व्ड, it's a protected, you can only use that content if you get the permission from the original creator of the content. अगर आपको यूज करना है तो उसका परमिशन आपको लेना होगा जिसका वो कंटेंट है। बट हमारे पास में उसके अलावा कस्टमाइज्ड अलग तरह के लाइसेंस जिसको हम क्रिएटिव कॉमन्स लाइसेंस जो है वो हमारे पास में अवेलेबल है, जिसको आपको परमिशन लेने की जरूरत ही नहीं है। अगर कंटेंट उसमें अवेलेबल है देन यू कैन यूज इट। अगर आपका अपना कंटेंट आप शेयर करना चाहते हैं तो कोई भी उसको जो है वो यूज कर सकता है, विच इज ऑलरेडी द गिवन परमिशंस। Okay, so simply we are saying that copyright says that all right reserved, copy left says that some right reserved but under certain conditions. And what these conditions are, जैसे copyright की condition तो हमने देख ली है, इसमें तो सब कुछ रिजर्व है, आप कुछ भी यूज नहीं कर सकते जब तक आप प्रॉपर परमिशन ना लें। लेकिन क्रिएटिव कॉमन्स या कॉपी लेफ्ट में कुछ कंडीशंस हैं हमारे पास में, एंड दैट्स द फर्स्ट कंडीशन इज एट्रीब्यूशन, which says an author must be acknowledged on all copies and adaptations of the work, including a link to the original version of the work. Okay, कि आपको attribution देना है, and this is the sign for the attribution. आपको ये बताना है कि ये कंटेंट जो है वो किसका है। Say for example, if you are taking something from the internet, then say for example mostly the images or some other content. So from where you are taking that content, you have to give the exact URL. इसके अलग अलग तरीके हैं इसको देने के। जैसे मान लीजिए आपने कोई इमेज लिया है, वो भी हम थोड़ा सा करके देखेंगे। If you have taken some image from the internet, then you need to copy and paste the original URL of that link of the image along with the image. Okay, या फिर वो किसका इमेज है आपको थोड़ा सा वहां पे लिखना है। Okay, so इस तरीके से this is the first condition. This is a must condition. You have to must attribute. It's just like the referencing that we are given in the our research articles. The second, the first one was the must. This maybe that depends कि उसने अपना कंटेंट किस में रिलीज किया है. Non-commercial, the work can only be used for non-commercial purpose. Okay, if this condition is there, then you cannot monetize that work. You cannot put that work where is money लेन देन जो है वो उसमें होता हो. आप ऐसा नहीं कर सकते हैं. सिंपली आप उसको नॉन कमर्शियल पर्पस के लिए ही आप उसको यूज करेंगे. Then third condition might be the no derivative or non-derivative, which is that work can only be distributed in its original form. No adaptations or translation can be made. You have to download that content, use it, reuse it, or maybe share. You can reshare that content. What you are not able to make any change in that content, you cannot tweak content, you cannot translate that content, you cannot modify that content, so that you have to obliged. Then we have the share alike condition, which says that the work can be modified and adapted, but the entire resulting work, including the new material added by the adapter, must be distributed under the same share alike license. Means अगर आपने एक इमेज लिया जो शेयर अलाइक लाइसेंस में था, एक कंडीशन उसमें था, आप उस इमेज को यूज करके आप पावर पॉइंट प्रेजेंटेशन बनाया, वीडियो बनाया या कुछ भी बनाया, उसका जो फाइनल वर्जन है, जो फाइनल पीपीटी या वीडियो या कुछ भी जो आपने फाइनल जो बना है, whenever you are sharing it, you need to share under the similar license. Okay, so this is the share alike condition. If we mix all these conditions, then we have the sixth type of license, which says that the Creative Commons license. उन चार कंडीशंस को मिक्स करके हमने जो लाइसेंस बनाए हैं उनको हम क्रिएटिव कॉमन लाइसेंस बोलते हैं, इसमें कि वो आपकी बहुत सारी नीड को पूरा करते हैं. से फॉर एग्जांपल, इफ आई वांटेड टू शेयर माय कंटेंट, what I want that no one can sell my content, then the license is for you. If I'm saying that I wanted to share my content, what I don't want that anyone can change that content, modify that content, the condition is available for you. If you are so liberal that you are saying that I don't care, I wanted to share content, if anyone can use that, use it, just give my name that I am the original creator of the content, then the condition is also for you. So like this one, these four conditions mixed, making all these six licenses. So first license, if you see, Creative Commons CC is the Creative Commons, that organization that manages all the metadata relevant to that license. Attribution is a must, as I said earlier, and it's a part of all the license you can see. Okay, then we have the other conditions. So first license says that, as I said, these are basically the permissions given to you. So for example, you are searching on the internet some content and you find the content in the first license. So you don't need to ask to anyone. The condition itself says that you have the liberty to download the content, to modify the content, to translate the content, even you can sell that content. Only you need to give the attribution to the original creator of the content. So this is the one of the most liberal license that we have out of these all six licenses. Okay, only you need to attribute, you need to give the reference that I have taken content from here, it is created by this person, rest nothing you need to do. The second is non-commercial attribution, non-commercial, which says that you have the liberty to download the content, to modify the content, to tweak font, to translate, to share, to reshare, but you are not permitted to sell that content. Okay, you are not permitted to make money out of it. You are not permitted to upload that content somewhere where monetization is happening. Okay, so this is the only condition. आप उससे पैसे नहीं कमा सकते, बाकी वो सब आप उसके साथ कर सकते हैं जो इस लाइसेंस का कंडीशन है. Then we have non-commercial, non-derivative license, which says that you cannot make money out of it. Also, you cannot make any change. You cannot derive anything out of it. You cannot translate. You cannot modify. You cannot adapt. You cannot tweak upon. Only you can download the content and use it and share and reshare without making any money. And you have to give the attribution that you have taken that content from this person. Then we have the third condition, which says that you cannot make money. You have the permission to download the content, to modify the content, to change the content, to translate the content, but you cannot make money out of it. Apart from it, after using this content, whatever you have created, the final version of the content, you need to share, upload, or distribute under the similar conditions of share alike license. So this is the fourth condition. Fifth condition is non-derivative, which says that you have the liberty to download the content. You cannot modify, you cannot tweak, you cannot edit, you cannot translate, what you can share and reshare. And also it doesn't say about to sell that content. Okay, so that maybe it's a permissible in this content, but you cannot modify it. You just download it and distribute it and give the attribution. And the fourth, sixth type of license that we have, it says that you have the liberty to download the content, to modify the content, to monetize the content, to translate the content, to tweak upon, to adapt whatever you have created by using this license, you have to actually release under the similar license of share alike. And you must have gone through the open educational resources. So that open education resources mean the open license. Creative Commons license are open licenses. And at this current of time, if you go through definition of this OER UNESCO definition, so currently mostly they use this CC BY-SA. Okay, this type of license. Why they use this type of license? Although this is the most liberal license, okay, but they wanted to use this license. It's because this license has this share alike capability. So for example, I have created one video. So for example, I create one video in some subject like economics, and then I release that video under this license. You came across that video, you say that the video is really good, but you wanted to adapt that video, which is already permission is given. You adapted that video and edited that video, make some changes and some new concept you have added, and you released it. Okay. When you release it, you need to release it under this license. This is the condition. And you have to give the attribution to me. So it means no, my content is become brand new without editing by myself. Okay, you have edited it, but the content belongs to me, because you have to give the attribution that this content belongs to that person. So no, my video is more updated. The third person find that video and they translated that into, maybe the originally video was in English, they translated that into Hindi or some other languages. So this way, the content become more diverse and more new. And I don't need to create that content again and again. If you wanted to use it, you use that content and give me the attribution. So mine content is available in different languages and in different versions. Okay, so that's why they have adapted this license, so that you can use that content the way you need, and then you can reshare. Other person may use that content and again use and reshare. ओके तो वो आगे बढ़ता ही जाएगा और मुझे उस कंटेंट को क्रिएट करने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ी. सो इसी तरीके से देयर इज अदर एग्जांपल. इफ यू सी दैट देयर इज सम वीडियोस बाय अरविंद गुप्ता, टॉयज फ्रॉम ट्रैश. बहुत अच्छे मतलब वीडियोस हैं कि घर में जो ट्रैश पड़ा होता है उससे आप साइंस के टॉयज कैसे बना सकते हैं, है ना, साइंस कैसे उसके साथ आप कर सकते हैं. He make that video and release in his own website and give the license CC BY-SA. ओके जस्ट इतना सही. उसके नीचे बस CC BY-SA लिख दिया कि ये वीडियो जो है वो इस लाइसेंस में है और उसको कुछ नहीं करना पड़ा. Many organizations, many people use that video, translate that video, and NCRT also, CIT adapt that video and translated that video into 7 different languages. Okay, so now Arvind Gupta's video is available in 7 different languages, but Arvind Gupta didn't do anything. He just developed that video and put on the website and written CCYSA. Okay, so this is the power of this license. If you now imagine that if that video has been in the copyright, so then what? Maybe if someone use that video, someone try to steal that video or some other purposes, okay, or maybe some people use that idea and create their own videos, that's also possible. But since videos are available, you do need to recreate your video. Okay, you wanted to be use that video, so that's the power of these licenses, open licenses. And wherever you will see that open term in case of license, so we are talking about these Creative Commons लाइसेंस विच वी कॉल द ओपन लाइसेंस. जैसे कि हम मूक्स की बात करते हैं, मैसिव ओपन ऑनलाइन कोर्सेज, दैट ओपन मीन the content should be open by license. Which license? These licenses. That content should be openly available as to download at least. Okay, so this is what is Creative Commons license. Now we have something that we call the public domain, which is not basically the license. At the first instance, we said that the copyright has to be expired after the death of the original creator of the content and 60 years. And then what will happen? That content became the property, the public property, and comes under the public domain, because you cannot renew the copyright. Okay, that's why the most of the authors or creator of the content, they comes with a second version of the content so that it can increase the age of the content. Okay, so this is what we call it the public domain. Also, many organizations or reputed organizations like NASA, MIT, and many other organizations, that they directly put their content into public domain. And now if you see, now it's a large trend you can see on the internet, that you will find a lot of content on public domain. This is why we will also search. When we will search, we will see that most of the content now is available under public domain. Earlier we didn't get that much content in the public domain. It's because, say for example, if I am a creator of the content, okay, I create some content, and some of the content I put in the public domain. If someone likes my content, then they come and purchase the other content also. So this way, at least, and also it's a, my profile is being built, that my content is available on this website, on this website, on that websites like this one. Very dual benefit out of it also available. So that's why now we can find that type of content in the public domain. Apart from this, whatever our religious books, we can say आप ग्रंथ हो, कुरान हो, है ना, बाइबल हो, that's it's a public property. It is not owned by anyone. You can put any stanza from anywhere. अगर अभी मैं गीता का एक श्लोक बोलना चाहूँ तो आप मुझे रोक नहीं सकते, क्योंकि आपका उस पर पेटेंट नहीं है. उसको कोई भी अच्छे तरीके से, सही तरीके से बोले तो कोई भी बोल सकता है. सो दैट्स अ पब्लिक डोमेन कंटेंट, जिसके ऊपर हम कहें कि किसी का अधिकार नहीं है, या फिर ये कहें कि सबका अधिकार है. So there is a comparison of the openness of the content. Okay, so for example, you want to curate some content from the internet. ठीक है, आपको इंटरनेट से कुछ कंटेंट जो है वो क्यूरेट करना है. तो दिस चार्ट गिव्स यू द कंपैरिजन दैट कौन सा लाइसेंस जो है वो मोर लिबरल है, ताकि उसके हिसाब से आप जो है वो कंटेंट को क्यूरेट कर सकें. So first, at the bottom, if you see, we have the copyright, which says that all right reserved. It's the least open. You can use that content, but as I said that you need to take the proper permission of the original creator of the content. और ऐसा मेरे साथ भी ऐसा कई टाइम जो है वो हुआ है. Then I was the coordinator of this DTS channels. So वहाँ पे हमारा live चलता है ना. So then हमारा science department, they said that they wanted to use they invited one person, because invited उसमें बहुत सारे lectures उसमें चलते हैं, and that person wanted to use one footage of a blue whale when this उसको जब पकड़ा गया, so they captured the blue whale and then find out that a large number of polythene was inside it. Okay, so he wanted to share that clips. So they shared me that clip, and I find out that clip belongs to NHK. This is a Norwegian TV channel. So on their website, the email was available. So I sent that email to the concerned person that you can write to them. These are our conditions, because we are not selling that content, and then you can write that it's a non-commercial. For non-commercial, if they give the permissions, and within 24 they give the permission that you can use that, but you need to give the attribution that this footage, when that footage come on the TV, you need to write bottom that this footage is coming from the NHK TV channel. So like this way you will get the permission. Okay. Some other incidences that happened with me, that one of the group of the social sciences, they want to use the augmented reality apps to be rendered on their mobile phone and wanted to rendered video in their videos. The same way I said that you can send that email, and they send the email and get permission. And also they told that when you are rendering that content, you write that you have taken that content from this app. So this way, most of the time, if we are using it for the non-commercial purpose, we get the permission, but definitely the content is copyrighted. So we need to take the permission of the original creator of the content. And this case is not happening with the Creative Commons. Okay. As I said that Creative Commons license are basically the permissions. You don't need to ask. Every license you say they have that different parameters, and according that parameters design that permissions. You don't need to ask. But in case of copyright, definitely you need to ask. So we have this share type of license, which gives us the liberty that you can, we have two licenses, non-commercial and non-commercial derivatives, okay, and non-derivative, which says that you cannot modify that content, both of the license, you cannot modify, you cannot translate, you cannot make money out of this license. Okay, so this is the share type of license. You can only download, share and reshare. Then we have the remix and share type of license, which is more liberal, that gives us the liberty that you can translate, you can edit, you can modify, but you cannot commercialize that content. And also in one of the content, you need to have share, like that you need to reshare that final version of the content in similar license. And then we have the more liberal license that gives us the liberty to share, remix, and even to commercialize that content. And under this, we have the attribution and attribution share alike, which says that you have the liberty to download the content, to modify the content, to translate the content, and even to monetize the content. What in one of the content you need to reshare under the similar license. And then we have the public domain, as I said earlier, which is not basically the license, but we can say that copyright expire. Okay, and in the language of CC, we write it as CC 0. Okay, so this is the comparison chart of the license. When you are creating the content, you can create the content as per your need. Then a little bit difference is there between the copyright and the Creative Commons license. Copyright says that it's a legal right as per the country's law that grant the creator of an original work the exclusive rights for its use and distribution. And even if I said earlier also, even if it is not written anything, we should assume it as a copyright. And the copyright is for a limited time because it has to be expired. Okay. As I said that the lifetime of the author plus 60 years. After that, it has to be expired. So it's often for a limited time. Traditional education materials such as textbooks are protected under conventional copyright terms. Previously, copyright was binary, that is, all right retained are available in public domain. As I said that it's a binary, but now we have some alternative flexible conditions like the work of commons, that once you choose a license, the whole life, that version of the content is available under that license. It's not no expiry date for Creative Commons license. Okay. So for example, you have two content. One you copyrighted. Okay. Even if you have not taken the copyright from the authorities, still it's copyright. Until unless you says that this is a copy left under these conditions. So this license, this content has to be, validity of this license has to be expired after your lifetime plus 60 more years, it has to be expired. But this license, this content is remain the same, whatever you will choose out of that 6 license. Even you live or even you not live, the content live in the same license. So this is the difference. Okay. Creative Commons provide a ready-made licensing agreement that are less restrictive than all right reserves, terms of standard international copyright. These copyright licenses enable sharing and reuse of creativity and knowledge. So, for example, why we are on internet? There are many reasons, but definitely one of the biggest reason is the content. Whether you wanted to see the content, are you writing the content, you are developing the content, or you are taking the content. This is the one obvious reason. And now assume if everything is protected under copyright, okay, then what is the fun to be on the internet? There's no fun to be on the internet. You already know that no is available, nothing is just, for example, you don't have the Amazon Prime license. So are you going on Amazon Prime? You are not going. Are you going to a Netflix? If you don't have that money to pay, now you are not going over there. Okay. So the same way, the internet should be free and there should be creativity and sharing of knowledge. And it is only available if we got enough. I'm not saying that all everything is free, but enough content to be available, freely use, freely download, creative and knowledge has to be go that way. These legal tools allow us to reuse the work of others. Okay, we can use the work of other. The vision of CC is to help people to realize the full potential of the internet. Okay, otherwise you have the internet, but you don't have the content. Even if you don't have the license from Amazon Prime, still you have the internet, okay? But that you require a separate money to pay. So likewise, if it's happened in all the cases, so then we are not using the full potential of the internet, okay? Whoever comes to the internet, they should get something good from the internet. So that's why then we can say that we can use the full potential, and CC is helping in that way. Public domain, if you go, that's really good. But if not, then at least CC you can do. Creative Commons offer other legal technical tools that also facilitate sharing and discovery of creative works, such as CC0, as I said, public domain. If you are more liberal, you put your content in public domain. So basically, who put their content in the public domain? It not just required the license, but it's required the good and great heart to put your content on the public domain. So you should also adapt. If you are taking, as I said in the very beginning, if you are taking something, you should give back to the public. That should be helpful someone, not your selfies, but something that behind the selfies. CC0 is for right holders who wish to put their work into public domain before the expiration of the copyright. Okay. Copyright expire हो गया तो वैसे भी public domain में जाना ही जाना है, but it should be before that you can put, or from the very beginning you can directly put your content in the copy left or in the public domain. Another license typically used by developers for OER softwares is GNU license. Okay. सॉफ्टवेयर के लिए हम लोग जो है वो GNU लाइसेंस जो है वो यूज करते हैं. दिस इज जनरल पब्लिक लाइसेंस, ओके, फ्रॉम द फ्री एंड ओपन सोर्स सॉफ्टवेयर कम्युनिटी. ओपन लाइसेंसिंग अलाउज द यूजर्स, जस्ट लाइक FOSS आपको पता होगा, जैसे कि हम उबंटू की बात करते हैं, फिडोरा की बात करते हैं, ओपन ऑफिस की बात करते हैं, है ना. दिस ऑल दीज सॉफ्टवेयर आर कम्स अंडर द GNU license. Okay, so like way, because their source code is available, if you know how to edit that source code, you can create a new software out of it, and then you need to release under the, again, under GNU license. Open licensing allows the user to adapt the work done by someone under different circumstances. Open licensing allows us to use the materials that would not be easily permitted under copyright alone. It is essential to know that open licensing is concept within the copyright law. It is equally valid in India. ओके, अगर इवन अगर कॉपीराइट में भी, सॉरी, इसमें क्रिएटिव कॉमन्स में भी आपका कंटेंट है कि आपने कहा कि मुझे तो NC में देना था, नॉन कमर्शियल में, बट समवन इज मेकिंग मनी आउट ऑफ इट, यू कैन अगेन सू दैट पर्सन. इट्स इक्वली वैलिड in our country. Okay, and let me share with you the first version of this Creative Commons was launched in India in 2007 in IIT Bombay. Okay, But at that time, not much people were aware of that. Then it was relaunched in India in 2013 in Maitri College, Delhi. And luckily, I was one of the guests over there. And at that time, it's a UPA government. And then Minister of State was Shashi Tharoor. He was also there to launch this uh, Creative Commons initiative in India. Okay. So then we have this ready reckoner for you. So for example, you are taking a large number of content from the internet for one same resource to create one resource. So for example, I'm creating one presentation, or maybe I wanted to have one video. Okay, like my science and science, I'm using hundreds of images in one of the video. Okay, if it's 30 minutes video, definitely a large number of images sometime we are using. So mostly we are taking, if I'm taking that image from the internet, then I have to go through these ready reckoner. Okay, from which two licenses that we can mix. So for example, if I have get some images from the non-derivative, which says that you cannot drive anything, you cannot edit, you cannot modify. Okay, and also non-commercial, saying that you cannot sell that content. And if I'm developing that video and putting on the YouTube, I'm monetizing it, then it's a violation of the Copyright Act. Okay, so like this way you need to go through it, and better to use which you can use in a better way, like public domain images or this attribution license. So according whatever your need is, accordingly, if you wanted to take something from the internet, then do you definitely need to go through this license. So this is all about the presentation. We will do some hands-on in between. If you have any question, any query, you may ask, please. Okay, within 2-3 minutes, you can ask. Then we will move further the second half of our session.
So I request participants, if you have any questions or query, you can ask. One or two question we can take right now.
Now, if possible, then we can take at the end also. It's not that issue. But if you have immediate question popping up in your mind, you can ask. Okay, so let's move further then.
यशपाल सर अनम्यूट कीजिए अपने आप को. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so what I'm saying that you can ask the question at the end also. So that's not an issue. So if you want to ask anytime question, you can type that one in the chat box also. That's also possible. So are you able to see my screen?
Anji sir.
Okay, so one question that asked by Surbi ma'am, that's while reviewing a literature, if we come across a copyright article that we need to do, yeah, it means you are asking to write that article. So, or after you review, mean you are yourself checking that article. So anyway, so if you come across this article, so first, because an article we don't have that much issue, because you need to give the reference. You just need to modify the content the way it should be. Means checking mean written by someone else.
Participants can raise their hands, तो हम परमिशन दे देंगे आपको क्वेश्चन पूछने का.
अच्छा ठीक है सर. हाँ
हाँ,
ओके
क्योंकि ये रिटन मैसेज में ना कई बार
okay
उतना अच्छा
okay
लिख
not
नहीं पाते.
so at the end you will get that you can ask the question. In the meantime, you can type that question over there, so we will do that. So now comes to first we will go to the Google to search out the Creative Commons license. So definitely say for example, I'm looking for some flower that I wanted to make a presentation. Okay, or maybe a video. So you see you have a lot of flowers over there. So if you see here, we have these tools. Okay, it's a we are searching the images and we have this tool, and you click on this tool, then one sub menu appears over there. Okay, जैसे टूल पे क्लिक करेंगे एक सब मेन्यू हमें वहां पे मिलता है. Click on the usage right and you will see it's a license. Now you know very well that what are Creative Commons license and what is commercial. So click on this Creative Commons. So now we have filtered that content. Okay. So this way Google will help you to filter out that content. Now if you see this content, because this is the ad, okay, left it. This one is our content starting from here, because the browser look and feel is changing sometime. So let me zoom this one. Our content start from this one. Okay, so now here you will see this content from the Pixel. It is coming from the Pixel. This is also from Pixel. This is also Flickr. This is raw pixel, Pixare. Okay, and Wikimedia. So all these repositories, whether it's a Wikimedia, it's a Pixare, it's a raw pixel, it's a Flickr, it's a Pixels. Okay, there must be others, many others. So these are also hold a large number of open content, because it's not owned by Google. Google's job is only to give you what you search for. Okay. But if we put that filter, I only need the content for the Creative Commons, that belongs to the Creative Commons. So click on this tool and then put that filter Creative Commons. So no, as per Google, this content is under open license, but that's our duty to finally check it. So for example, I wanted to use this image. Okay, click on this image. It is available here, and then go to and its original page from where it is coming to verify it. So this is coming from the Pixabay, the Pixel. So here is the license. You can see which is the license. This is the CC0, basically the public domain license. Okay. So this way you can need to verify that license, because this is a public license. So you don't need to give that attribution. You can directly download that content and use it. Now we will see the other content. Like this content is coming from the Wikimedia. I want to use this one, say for example. So let's go there. Actually, I have disabled that. Let me do it. Actually, I have disabled clicking Wikimedia myself. So anyway, we'll check it. So second, we will go through here, because for Wikimedia, I especially disabled that clicking, because I am uploading a lot of content over there. So, so let's go to check on Flickr. So this is Flickr. Here, if you see, scroll down, it says that some right reserved. Okay. So you can use this content, but some right are reserved. That we need to say, because this is attribution. So click on this one. It will directly take you that page, that what that mean, that some right reserved. So this content is the CC BY. Okay. And we know clearly what is CC BY. And then we have to see accordingly. What it says that share, you have the right to copy and redistribute the material in any medium or format that any purpose, even commercially, and adapt. You can remix, transform, and build upon the material for any purpose, even commercially. Under these terms, you have to attribute. Okay. You must give appropriate credit, provide a link to the license, and indicate if changes were made. You may do so in any reasonable manner, but not in any way that suggests the licensor endorse you or your use. No additional restrictions. So in common language, what does it mean? So for example, if I wanted to use this image, then what I need to do? पढ़ तो हमने लिया है, लेकिन हमें करना क्या है बेसिकली, तो हमें क्या करना होता है, हम क्या करते हैं कि कंटेंट को डाउनलोड करते हैं। ठीक, कौन सा आप इसको चाहिए, मुझे ओरिजिनल में ही ये चाहिए। Okay, so content is downloaded. Now you need to maintain metadata of this license. Okay, so like how do we maintain the metadata? Basically, so for example, that image which is available, okay, you need to put that image into in one folder. Okay, so for example, if you are managing a large number of images, say for example 10 20 images you are maintaining, so then the time you are downloading that image, उसी समय ही आपको ये सारा मेटा डेटा जो है वो मैनेज करके रखना है। तो क्या किया है मैंने, ये इमेज मेरा जो मैंने डाउनलोड किया है, ओके, सो उसमें हम डाउनलोड में जाके, तो यहाँ पे हम देखते हैं कि हमने क्या किया है, हमने एक इमेज जो है वो ये वाला इमेज हमने डाउनलोड किया है। ठीक है, अब इस इमेज को मैं यहाँ से उठा लेता हूँ, जो कॉपी कर लेता हूँ। ठीक, और मैं इसके लिए एक अलग फोल्डर जो है, बेसिकली हम ऐसा ही करते हैं, हम एक अलग फोल्डर इसके लिए बनाएंगे। ठीक है, सो फॉर एग्जांपल आई एम मेकिंग वन प्रोग्राम विद टाइटल फ्लावर। सो ये मैंने फोल्डर बना लिया, अब इसमें मैंने ये इमेज जो है वो डाल दिया। ठीक, अब मुझे इसको मैं रीनेम करूंगा। ठीक है, मोस्टली मैं रीनेम करूंगा, अगर मैं फ्लावर के नाम से बना रहा हूं तो जो नाम है फ्लेवर का उसी के हिसाब से मैं उसको रीनेम करूंगा। ठीक, या फिर सम टाइम क्या होता है कि मैं उसको 1 2 3 4 करके उसको दे देता हूँ। फॉर एग्जाम्पल इसको मैंने दे दिया 1। ओके, ये मेरा इमेज नंबर 1 है। Now I need to maintain the data for image number 1. This is the image number 1 and I have to go to the license from where I have taken that image. इस लाइसेंस को मुझे यहाँ से कॉपी करना होगा और मुझे वापिस आके यहाँ पे ये जो शीट है मेरा, इसके ऊपर मुझे पेस्ट करना होगा। सो दिस इज आई नीड टू मैनेज द मेटा डेटा एंड देन आई हैव टू सेव this file in the same folder where I have created that image. Okay, so save. अब इसी में, इस फोल्डर में आप देखेंगे, if you see I have one image and one that sheet that manages the metadata. So accordingly, whatever images you are downloading, you need to manage that data for that image. Now when you are कुछ जा रहा है पास में स्पीकर, थोड़ा सा डिस्टर्बेंस आपको हो रहा होगा। सो से फॉर एग्जांपल दिस इज माय पीपीटी, आई एम maybe I'm wherever you want to on this PPT I've used that image. So then what I need to do, I need to copy that image the same way that you are doing. Okay, so now I have to give the attribution for this image. So simple way is to just copy and paste that URL. Okay. So if you see this one bit large, so this way we need to do it. Okay, maybe you can little bit you can change the font and something, but this is the way if you are taking that image from the internet. Okay, so if you are taking a large number of images from the same portal, say for example I have taken all images from the Flickr or Pixabay, so you can directly at the end you can write in your video whatever program it is that you have taken, most of the images has been taken from this portal. So this is the way you can attribute that content. Okay, so this is that we are searching from the Google, that when you search the content, that's your job to actually find out which license it. Google says that all this belongs to the open license. Okay, but that's your job to find out that actually which license it is, and accordingly you need to prepare the metadata for all these images or whatever content you are taking from the internet. Then there is another portal, if you see, that's a okay. So this is it's owned by Microsoft. So for example, I'm looking for the same image over here also. Okay, so because every browser have their own way of managing the things, just like you are purchasing one red color Adidas shoes 7 number with laces from Flipkart and Amazon. Okay, then you are putting the different filters the way over the same here. I'm looking for some images relevant to flower on Google, on Bing, on Flickr, on Wikimedia. So they have the different filters over there. Here, if you see at the right end, we have filter. Okay, it is written there filter. Okay, if you click on this one, then one sub menu will appear over there, which is the license. If you click on this, you will find all the license. Now, if you compare it with the previous one, the Google, it has more beautifully organized the things that if you want all Creative Commons images, or you only wanted public domain, or share to use commercially, modify, use commercially. All these are the licenses that we just discussed, but in a normal in a your definition, because many people don't know what is CCBYSA, what is CCND. So here it says all these things. So for example, I only need the public domain images, okay, because I don't want to go into any license. I only need the public domain images. So you can see all these images are the public domain images as said by this Bing. Okay, so now check from where these images are coming. Say for example, I wanted to use this image. Click on that image. Okay, then go to that particular page from where this is coming. So this is coming from the public domain pictures.net. Okay, so you can, because it's actually from public domain pictures, so you can download that picture. So this way you don't need to give the attribution. Okay, because this is public domain, this is not copyright, this is not Creative Commons. Okay, this is totally free, so you can use that images for your presentation or your video. So likewise, many browsers, they have their own way of organizing the things. So for example, let's go to the Flickr itself. Okay, Flickr is owned by Yahoo, and Flickr hosts a large number of repository images relevant कि आप जानना चाहते हैं कि दिल्ली 100 साल पहले की इमेजेस आपको चाहिए आपके एरिया की, और पीपल, प्लेसेस, एनवायरनमेंट, उसके ऊपर बहुत अच्छी हाई रेजोल्यूशन इमेजेस जो है वो डायरेक्टली आपको यहाँ पे मिल जाती हैं. सो कम्स टू द एक्सप्लोर. इफ यू गो टू द एक्सप्लोर, you will see it has one gallery, specific gallery for the commons. Okay, the commons, if you come to the commons, then you will find that many collaborators are there, and all these images are coming from the that collaborators. Okay, so let's search in the common. Wait, yeah, here we can search in the common that Delhi. So now you can see the old pictures of Delhi that normally if you wanted to search these images, you need to go to the other browsers also, but here you can directly come here. Okay, so you can say this is a Jamuna bridge, this is a wall of old Delhi. Okay, so let's click this one. See when this image was clicked. So this is the wall of Delhi. Okay, so this is by the National Archives UK. The Walls of Old Delhi, The Walls of Old Delhi, India, taken by Herbert Ponting in 1870, somewhere in, is okay, 1935. Very old image. So no known copyright restrictions. So you can download that image. Okay. So I don't know which wall it is, but it's a very old image. So like this portal have their uniqueness. Okay. If once you know this, then you can directly go to that portal and get the content. Now, if then you go to the popular Google, Bing, some other search engines, and then give the that keyword and search that and filter that out as per the Creative Commons, and then you can use it. So in the same way, if you have content, you can also donate that content to the public by uploading them on the different repositories. Like you come to the Flickr, create your own credentials, and you can upload that content and give the license that you are uploading it under Creative Commons so that someone can use it. Likewise, you can go to the Wikimedia. Wikimedia is basically the biggest repository that host the Wikipedia, Wiki Dictionary, Wiki People, Wiki Common, Wiki University. So many Wiki things are there that basically hold by the Wikimedia. You can come directly over there and upload your images over there. Okay. So likewise, you can also contribute. And apart from this, Wikipedia sometimes comes with a special type of competitions. Okay, so sometimes it comes with a Wiki Loves Monument. So in that month, you can upload all the images relevant to the monument. So that your name also be there. You can choose your license, what that image should be original and not your selfies and all that. Likewise, sometime the culture photos they are asking, you can take part in it. Both if you got good image, you will also get some prizes also, and also you feel that you are contributing back to the public. Okay, and if you wanted to take the license, say for example, you have your own web page, okay, and you want to take the license, then go to the Creative Commons. It's quite simple to take that license. So when you come to the Creative Commons, this is the website that manages all the metadata relevant to the Creative Commons, and then so licenses and tools, because they also changes their look and feel sometime. Okay, so don't worry. So this time you are seeing like this one, next time you come, it's a different type, because they are also upgrading and doing the things. So our chooser is showing that all these are using these license. Okay. So they will ask you some questions that do you know which license you need to use? If you know, you can say yes. If you say no, I don't know. So for example, I don't know which license I wanted to use. Do you want attribution of your? Of course, I wanted that my name should be there. Okay. So then you can do that. Do you want to allow others to use your work commercially? Okay, I want that. I don't mind, but they should give me attribution. Do you want to allow others to remix, adapt upon your work? Yes, of course, I want. Do you want allow others to share adaptation of your work under terms? Yes, I want. Confirm that licensing is appropriate. I own or have authority to license the work. That's my work. I have read and understand the terms of license. I understand that CC license is not revocable. As I said, that once given, once given. Okay, no change. Next. So then this is the license that I'm actually looking for. So this is the recommended license, that CCBY. Okay, attribution 4.0 international. It's a come with a different version sometime. Okay, if some problem happens in some other copyright act, accordingly they will change it and make a new version for Creative Commons also. Okay, so they are also upgrading. So this is the license that I wanted to use for my content. Now how I can use that license? Many ways. So this is the license actually for website. I have rich text, HTML, XMP. Those who are computer science people are not computer science people. Those who knows how to deal with HTML pages. If you have your own website, you just copy this and paste it in the HTML tag page. You will get the license. Not an issue. You don't need to do anything. Okay. And then if you have a print or other media, then you have the license for you. Just copy it, this one, and paste it. So for example, you have written one beautiful poem and you wanted to share somewhere, and you can directly publish from your Google Drive. So then write that poem and copy and paste this at the bottom, make a PDF. You got the license. Okay. You don't need to go to any lawyer. It is as simple as. So whenever someone click on this one, it will says that these are the terms of this license. Okay. So for example, full name license, or you wanted to the license abbreviation. But if we compare, what is the difference between the two? The first one is that website is the HTML page. Okay. It's HTML. It's a 3-layered licensing structured. When I said Google, I need some flower images. The crawler went to search for me everywhere where this flower is available. But since it's image, then Google filter that only image should come first. Okay. So that way it's a 3-way license. One which is machine readable. What then I put a filter under Google and the Bing that I only need the Creative Commons images or the open license images. Okay. How did Google knows? It knows because of the metadata in that license or the metadata that you put with that images on your web page. So then accordingly, it's a machine readable. The second one is human readable. That human will read is a CCBYSA. What does it mean? That is written over there. And third part is the metadata, which is enabled. But if you see this license, it's a simple plain license. It won't have any metadata. And so not मतलब crawlers को तभी पता चलेगा जब आप उसमें बहुत सारा metadata जो है वो input करेंगे. And sometime it's not come search in very soon, maybe at the end or at the bottom this way. So this is a little bit difference if you use this tag or use this license, but the license is same. It will give the same license. It will give the same license. The only difference is how to use this license. So if you wanted to share your content, you don't need to go to anywhere. Just come to this website and find your content. Then sometime you might be wondering to use some background music. Okay. So say for example, you have create one video and put some background music. Then that music is owned by someone, and obviously YouTube won't allow. They allow, but there's a term and condition for this one. That depends on what type of music that you have used. Okay. But mostly we use that open source music, and there's a one website that there's a large number of websites, but one is this wensong.com that I'm using. If you wanted to use the music, then you can go to the browse, and here is the free music only, and then you need to give the attribution. You can see which music it is. Okay. So like this one, you can have music. When you download this music, it will says that you will get the attribution at the end of. So click this one and you will get the attribution. You need to copy this one and paste in your video that you have taken this sound from the wensound.com. Okay, under this license. So accordingly, you won't have any issue. But as I said that it's a $1 billion industry. So when you put this on the YouTube, then YouTube will simply says, or sometime not says, but whatever likes, dislike that you get on this video, it will be given to that person. The analytics will go to that person whose music is this one. So this way, these things works. What your video will be available there. So that's why either you use your own unique thing that you have created, or maybe you are allowed to use the Creative Commons license, but copyright is the violation that you cannot use. So apart from this, some more one thing. So for example, on YouTube, Okay. So YouTube, you will search, I will search the same keyword, although many flowers will come here. Okay. So, so for example, we are looking for this flower video on YouTube. Here also, if you see, filter is here. You can see, put the filter on. You will see the Creative Commons is here. Okay, so click on this Creative Commons and you will get the videos which are uploaded with Creative Commons license. Like this is also flower, this is also flower, many flowers are there, but we will see the good flowers that belongs to us, like this one. This is the academic video. So because it's by Khan Academy. So if I click on this one,
If you look at the flower,
we are not going to see the video, but if you see in the description, then it's written that Creative Commons Attribution License, reuse allowed. If you go through the license of the YouTube, although they changes many times, so but they says that you cannot download any video from the YouTube by using any third-party extension add-on or anything. Only if the YouTube says that icon to download that video, है ना, मतलब वीडियो को डाउनलोड करना मना है, लेकिन अगर YouTube डाउनलोड करने के लिए आइकन दे रहा है तो आप उसको डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं। जैसे यहाँ पे आप देखेंगे, ओके, यहाँ पे इसने डाउनलोड का आइकन दे दिया है, बिकॉज एज आई सेड दैट ये भी चेंज करते रहते हैं। अभी पीछे आइकन्स नहीं था, उसके पहले इन्होंने सिर्फ एंड्रॉइड के लिए दिया था, सेव ऑफलाइन दिया था, उससे पहले कुछ भी नहीं होता था। और 90s में आप जाएंगे, सॉरी 90s नहीं, थोड़ा सा और पीछे मतलब आगे की तरफ स्टार्टिंग में, सो देन यू कैन डाउनलोड दैट वीडियो। तो ये चेंज होता रहता है। इफ यू क्लिक ऑन दिस वन डाउनलोड, so then again they put that you can download that video. Okay, so sometime they give the low resolution like this one, so this way you can use that video. But mostly what happens, so that YouTube, those who are running the YouTube channels, there's a YouTube creator. Okay, so you can edit the videos which were uploaded with the Creative Commons license and then make a new video out of it. Okay, so like way you can create a new video. But again, the problem is that what will be the analytics? Okay, so definitely analytics go to the original creator of that video. Okay, so this way these things works. So this is all about today's session. So now we are open for question and answer, and if you have any question, clarification, or anything, you may ask, please. So what we, in nutshell, we have discussed that there is something that we call the copyright, which not allow anything that you, if we wanted to use, you need to take the proper permission of the original creator of the content. But if we wanted to have a full potential of the internet and in the teaching learning process, then we have more liberal license that comes under the Creative Commons license. You can download that content, which is basically the license permissions given to you. You don't need to ask anyone. As per that license, you can download the content, and accordingly, you can take your take that license to upload or distribute or share your content.
Thank you so much, sir. So with your permission, can we take questions in the end?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much,
No.
sir. Now I request our guest speaker of today's session, Professor Tania ma'am, to please address the participants.
Thank you, Dr. Sakshi, for giving me the opportunity to speak. Dr. Yashpalji, it has been a wonderful session, hearing you very, very practical and a topic, firstly, that is so well chosen by our digital circle on Creative Commons. And Yashpalji has also given a very good hands-on. And based on the hands-on, I'm sure all of us have a good understanding of now what is Creative Commons. Just as a little, because we are running short of time, and I will not take much, I don't want to actually spoil the essence of what he has spoken. But after his address and his presentation, I have taken down some points which I feel are which I would like to relate with the topic. थोड़ा सा bilingual होंगी मैं, so that there are a few participants who would like to understand it in Hindi as well. ये जो ऑनलाइन वर्कशॉप सीरीज जो आयोजित की जा रही है, इसमें जो आज हम क्रिएटिव कॉमन्स, अगर आप इस वर्कशॉप के टॉपिक को बहुत ध्यान से देखें तो वो आपको कह रहा है टीचर्स, क्रिएटिंग टीचर्स फॉर अ डिजिटल टुमारो. So this is somewhere certain that we do have a digital tomorrow, but we also have a digital present. एंड जब हम इसको डिजिटल प्रेजेंट की बात करते हैं तो मैं इसको जोड़ना चाहूंगी विद the quality education, because all of us are mandated by the sustainable development goals. I'm trying to give it a little different angle to not really sticking on Creative Commons, but why it is important for us as teachers to understand this, because we are committed as a part of this globe, as a global citizen, to providing quality education under the SDG 4. And when we see the quality education, it is primarily dealing with, making education equitable, making it inclusive, and making it lifelong available. And also, the SDGs, if you even relate it to our policies and even across the world, the policies that are there is huge impetus, बहुत ज्यादा बल है, बहुत ज्यादा जोर है कि टीचर्स आपस में कोलैबोरेट करें. सो एंड कोलैबोरेट करके कंटेंट को क्रिएट करें, कंटेंट को जनरेट करें और कंटेंट को शेयर करें. I will take this forward from Dr. Yashpal ji. 3-4 times he repeated a statement कि आप सोसाइटी को वापस दें. भाई आपने कोई चीज बनाई है तो आप उन्हें वापस करें. मुझे खास तौर से ये चीज बहुत अच्छी लगी, because in the times you are living today, knowledge is not free. It is a paid, everything is, you are paying for knowledge as well. सो क्रिएटिव कॉमन्स लाइसेंस एक ऐसी अपॉर्चुनिटी है, अगर मैं एज अ टीचर अपनी कम्युनिटी में समझूं तो हमारे लिए एक ऐसी अपॉर्चुनिटी है जहां हम कंटेंट जो बनाना चाहते हैं या जो भी हम कंटेंट को डेवलप करना चाहते हैं वो मिलके कोलैबोरेटिवली ओपन फोरम में कर सके, और नॉलेज फ्री है. कोई भी किसी का कंटेंट यूज करता है, ऑफ कोर्स विद द 6 टाइप्स ऑफ लाइसेंसेस दैट सर हैज सो वेरी वेल एक्सप्लेन्ड. सो टेकिंग ऑन फ्रॉम देयर, पॉइंट नंबर 2 व्हिच आई वांट टू से हियर इज दैट जब हम अपने घर में we have a lot of assets, we have jewelry, we have property, we have so many things, and we don't allow people to really confiscate our properties or our things, and छोटी छोटी चीजें जो हमारी होती हैं, somebody tries to take it, so we have problems. But intellectual theft, I want to emphasize here, is so unethical. मतलब आम तौर पे दो लोग साथ बैठे होते हैं और कोई बात करते हैं तो एक का आइडिया आप दूसरी जगह देखते हैं वो एकदम से शेयर हो जाता है. There was one person who raised a question on an article, research article. So despite of knowing the ethics and despite of knowing so many things, हम फिर भी प्लेजराइज करते हैं, हम ड्यू साइटेशंस नहीं देते हैं. और दूसरे पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से जहां हम इंक्यूबेशन की बात कर रहे हैं, इनोवेशन की बात कर रहे हैं, तो वहां हम ये कॉपीराइट्स को ले जाते हैं. अब कॉपीराइट्स में सर ने आपको बताया ही है कि उसमें थोड़े लीगल इम्प्लीकेशंस होते हैं, लीगल डिस्प्यूट्स हो सकते हैं. तो क्रिएटिव कॉमन्स गिव्स अस अ प्लेटफॉर्म, वन which is little flexible, it is well covered under the legal framework. 3, it is it is saving you from the copyright infringements and legal disputes. And 4, the most wonderful part is, जैसे अभी उन्होंने demonstration से दिखाया कि it gives you everything so easily, by just a click of a mouse. educational point of view se, I would just like to say here कि Creative Commons are largely usable for open educational resources. And now with so much of focus on digital content, I feel there is a requirement of a Creative Commons license. One would help in making content accessible. That is something, first point which I feel is one key takeaway, कि आप जो भी कंटेंट बना रहे हैं, कंटेंट वीडियो हो गया या कोई प्रेजेंटेशन होगी या कोई कोर्स मटेरियल हो गया, किसी भी तरह का जो हम कंटेंट बना रहे हैं, एक वो एक्सेसिबल हो जाता है अक्रॉस द ग्लोब एक दूसरे को. अब जैसे हम बात करते हैं ना, टीचर्स शुड हैव बी अ कम्युनिटी, दे शुड बी कोलैबोरेटर्स. तो किस पे कोलैबोरेट करेंगे? कंटेंट पे कोलैबोरेट करेंगे. तो क्रिएटिव कॉमन लाइसेंसिंग हमें एक इस तरह का दायरा दे रही है जहां हम एक दूसरे के साथ ज्यादा से ज्यादा कंटेंट को शेयर करें, एंड नॉलेज इज मेड फ्री. वी आर नॉट रियली पेइंग टू बाई समथिंग. दूसरा इसका अहम मुझे जो the second point which I feel which is good apart from the accessibility is it is affordable. हर किसी के पास इतने रिसोर्सेज नहीं होते या ऐसे सेटअप्स में सब नौकरी नहीं कर रहे जहां वो बहुत सारे उस तरह के कंटेंट्स को डेवलप कर पाते हैं. कई बार बहुत सारे सॉफ्टवेयर्स और स्किल सेट्स भी नहीं होते. तो क्रिएटिव कॉमन्स के थ्रू ये एक अफोर्डेबल वे है कि आप चीजों को, कंटेंट को आप ले सकते हो. तीसरी चीज जो इंपॉर्टेंट है, जैसे अभी सर ने आपको 6 बताए, उसमें से लीस्ट स्ट्रिक्ट से लेके मोस्ट स्ट्रिक्ट बताया, जहां पे एट्रीब्यूशन लीस्ट स्ट्रिक्ट था और एट्रीब्यूशन बाय, नॉन डेरिवेटिव, नॉन कमर्शियल मोस्ट स्ट्रिक्ट के तरफ था या मोस्ट अनफ्लेक्सिबल था. सो यू हैव 6 ऑप्शंस बिफोर यू, एंड देन कुछ चीजें उन्होंने बताई कि पब्लिक डोमेन में भी अवेलेबल. तो इन सब चीजों को, इनकी नॉलेज होने से, जो थर्ड थिंग विच इज which I feel the third A which is important other than accessibility and affordability is adaptability. आप कंटेंट को अडेप्ट कर सकते हो अपने अनुसार. अब अडेप्टेबिलिटी हम सब एज टीचर्स जानते हैं जरूरी है, बिकॉज we have a background that all learners have their different ways of learning. Some are visual, some are auditory, some are kinesthetic, some write. We have children with special needs, and there are multiple intelligences. So इन सब चीजों को ध्यान में रखते हुए, टेक्नोलॉजिकल इनोवेशन को ध्यान में रखते हुए, कोलैबोरेशन को ध्यान में रखते हुए, आप अपने कंटेंट को अपने टीचिंग स्टाइल के अनुसार, स्टूडेंट्स के लर्निंग स्टाइल के अनुसार और उनकी नीड्स के अनुसार अडेप्ट कर सकते हैं. सो therefore the third reason why we should know, according to me, this Creative Commons today is, one, to make your content accessible, two, it is affordable, and third, it gives you the freedom to adapt and create. This is I think all that I want to say. Now the second last thing that I want to share here is that our curriculums that we have, our teacher education programs या इस तरह के प्रोग्राम्स जो हम कर रहे हैं, वी शुड ऑल कीप डूइंग सच काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स, जहां पर अब हम ना अपने करिकुलम के अंदर आईसीटी के अंदर ये क्रिएटिव कॉमन्स के लाइसेंस को कैसे लिया जाता है और कैसे इसे यूज कर सकते हैं और कंटेंट को डेवलप कर सकते हैं. आई थिंक इसको शामिल करना बहुत जरूरी है. सो सच काइंड ऑफ say some value addition courses or the syllabi should change, and we should incorporate the knowledge and the usage of Creative Commons license. So this is one more thing that I want to share. And just for, while Dr. Sharma was talking, I was actually interested to see ki if I want to learn more about a certification on Creative Commons. So is there some place which can help me to get certified? तो अभी जैसे उन्होंने आपको वेबसाइट दिखाई Creative Commons की, ऐसे ही क्रिएटिव कॉमन्स सर्टिफिकेशन प्रोग्राम्स भी रन करते हैं. जैसे 10 वीक्स के ऑनलाइन प्रोग्राम रन करते हैं, 1 वीक के करते हैं, बूट कैंप्स करते हैं, अलग अलग ड्यूरेशंस के. ऑफ कोर्स दीज आर पेड एंड cost wise. So this is a call maybe for some institutions also that who want their teachers to develop good content. तो इस तरह की चीजों को हम शामिल कर सकते हैं, and we can take a step forward. So it's been a really wonderful data driven world है, और कंटेंट बहुत है इर्द गिर्द, और इनोवेशन की बात हो रही है, तो क्यों ना ज्यादा से ज्यादा कंटेंट बनाया जाए, अच्छा कंटेंट बनाया जाए, उसको लाइसेंस के अंडर बनाया जाए, एथिकली बनाया जाए, और मिलके अपने कंटेंट को एक दूसरे के साथ शेयर किया जाए. सो विद दीज थॉट्स इन माय माइंड, thank you for giving me space to fit in to such an enlightening session by Dr. Yashpal Sharma ji. Thank you. And over to you, Dr. Sakshi. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your wonderful words. Now I request Dr. Sanjay sir to please say a few words to the participants.
थैंक यू सो मच साक्षी मैम। मेरी आवाज आ रही है साक्षी मैम?
हाँ जी सर।
जी, डॉक्टर यशपाल शर्मा सर के बारे में तो मैं यही कहूंगा कि अगर मुझे वापस 20 इयर्स बैक कर दिया जाए तो मुझे एजुकेशनल टेक्नोलॉजी में पढ़ने में सर से बड़ा मजा आएगा। ऐसे टीचर्स बड़े कम ही होते हैं। दूसरा, एक क्वेश्चन भी है मेरा यशपाल सर से। यशपाल सर, आप सुन रहे हैं?
हाँ बिल्कुल
सर,
बिल्कुल, मैं सर।
मेरा एक प्रैक्टिकल सा क्वेश्चन ये है कि सर जैसे हम कुछ पेड वेबसाइट पे भी काम करते हैं, कैनवा बड़ा कॉमन सा मतलब ऑप्शन है हमारे पास जिसमें हम कंटेंट क्रिएट करते हैं। अगर पेड में भी टू टाइप्स के कंटेंट होते हैं, फ्री और पेड। अगर वहां से कंटेंट हम पिक करें अपने कंटेंट को क्रिएट करने के लिए या कॉमर्शियल यूज के लिए भी, तो वहां पर कोई कंडीशंस हो सकती हैं, या वो क्योंकि पेड है तो वो फिर अलाउड है हमें कि हम उसे यूज कर सकते हैं उस तरह?
हाँ, ये बहुत अच्छा क्वेश्चन है, और इसी में मैं थोड़ा एआई का भी जोड़ देता हूँ कि जो लोग एआई से भी बनाते हैं वो भी इसी को ही साथ में पोर्टल को रखे। इसमें देखिए दो ही बातें हैं। अगर तो वो वेबसाइट आपको जो भी कंटेंट दे रही है, अगर वो डाउनलोड करने के लिए दे रही है तो आप उसको यूज कर सकते हैं, उसमें कोई इशू नहीं है। कुछ पोर्टल, कुछ एआई के पोर्टल साथ में लोगो देते हैं, ठीक है, डाउनलोड तो करने देते हैं, पर साथ में एक छोटा सा लोगो उसके नीचे होता है। इट मींस दे वांटेड दैट द एट्रीब्यूशन शुड बी गिवन टू देम बाय यूजिंग लोगो अलोंगसाइड दैट इमेज। सो आपको वैसा ही यूज करना है, और इसमें कोई भी प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, और कैनवा का तो कोई दिक्कत ही नहीं है। आप आराम से कोई भी कंटेंट, अगर देखिए अगर तो पेड है तो वो वैसे ही डाउनलोड करने नहीं देगा, ठीक है। अगर फ्री है तो आप उसको डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं, अगर डाउनलोड हो गया है तो आप उसको यूज कर सकते हैं, इसमें कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं।
सर मेरा क्वेश्चन था, अगर पेड है और पेड को डाउनलोड करते तो उसमें तो कोई प्रॉब्लम किसी भी तरह की आने वाली नहीं?
कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, बस आपने डाउनलोड कर लिया है और उसने कोई लोगो नहीं लगाया है, आप उसको
जी
यूज कर सकते
साक्षी मैम, बाकी क्वेश्चंस ले सकते हैं। पार्टिसिपेंट से मेरी रिक्वेस्ट है कि अपना वीडियो ओपन कर लीजिए आप।
So now I request Surbhi Sharma ji. आपने हैंड रेज किया था। इफ यू वांट टू आस्क एनी क्वेश्चन और एनी क्वेरी इफ यू हैव।
किसी का कोई भी क्वेश्चन है तो जस्ट रेज योर हैंड्स, हम परमिशन दे देंगे आपको क्वेश्चन पूछने की, और आप क्वेश्चन पूछ सकते हैं।
सर सुरभि शर्मा जी को आप अनम्यूट कर दीजिए।
यस।
हाँ जी मैम, आप पूछ सकते हैं।
Good evening, sir. It was very informative session. सर मुझे डाउट है कि जब हम लोग रिसर्च आर्टिकल्स यूजुअली पढ़ते हैं या एक्सेस करते हैं और उनको उनका रिव्यू लिखना होता है अपने पेपर में या थीसिस में, तो नीचे ज़्यादातर आर्टिकल्स के नीचे कॉपीराइट का सिंबल बना होता है। तो क्या हम उन आर्टिकल्स को अगर साइट कर रहे हैं तो वो गलत है, या फिर हमें पहले परमिशन लेनी पड़ेगी फिर हम उन्हें साइट करें? क्योंकि मोस्ट ऑफ द इंटरनेशनल स्पेशली ऑथर्स यूज दिस कॉपीराइट थिंग इन देयर पेपर। दैट वाज माय क्वेश्चन।
हाँ, उसमें मैम सिंपल सी बात है। जो आप बात कर रही हैं बेसिकली वो बाय द जर्नल है कि वो उस आर्टिकल को किसी और पोर्टल पे अपलोड नहीं कर सकते, ठीक है। लेकिन कोई भी आर्टिकल जो पब्लिश हुआ है, चाहे उसका एक्सेस आपको है या नहीं है, नहीं है मतलब कि कभी कभी हम वो परचेज करने के लिए बोलते हैं और हम सिर्फ अब्स्ट्रैक्ट पढ़ के ही अपना काम चला लेते हैं। कोई भी आर्टिकल, चाहे उसका एक्सेस आप, मैं सिर्फ जर्नल आर्टिकल्स की बात कर रहा हूं, उसका एक्सेस आपको है या नहीं है, आपने कहाँ से पढ़ा है, कहाँ से नहीं किया है, आप उसको यूज कर सकते हैं, उसको साइटेशन दे सकते हैं, उसको रेफरेंस दे सकते हैं, उसमें कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं।
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Sir, one question from Sumesh ji, that he asked that he is not able to understand the concept of six licenses.
ओके, सो 6 लाइसेंस मतलब हमारे पास में एक है कॉपीराइट, जो कहता है which says that all right reserved. Copyright says that all right reserves. What we are saying that we have some flexibility which says that copy left, which says that under some circumstances or some conditions, and we have 4 conditions. Okay, the first is attribution, that you need to give the attribution, then non-commercial, non-derivative, and share alike. If we mix these 4 conditions, we have 6 license. Basically, as I said at the very beginning of these licenses, while starting these licenses, that my intention is I have created one image or one content, I wanted to give it to back to the public. I'm uploading it on internet, and I wanted that anyone can sell it, use it, whatever he wanted to do that image to do that, but only give me the attribution. Okay. Might be the second person wanted that I wanted to share some content, but in lieu of that, I want that attribution be given to me, and someone should not monetize that content, should not make money out of it. Third person says that I'm ready to give my content, but I want that no one can change that content. So we are different people, different mindset. Accordingly, Creative Commons has created 6 type of licenses to fit the need of all these 6 peoples. Okay. So accordingly, if we mix that 4 conditions, we are making 6 license. Whatever license you want to choose, you can choose.
Thank you so much, sir. So, one question from Dr. Rafat ji. She said that how to make poems downloaded and make them Creative Common.
Okay, so she's asking for that point that I mentioned over there. So, ma'am, I was saying that, say, for example, you have written something, maybe a poem or an article, okay, which is not in a sense that you can publish it as a book or you are going to publish in a journal, okay? Maybe a simple article on environment you have written. So, if you wanted to publish that article, there are many ways. Likewise, you can put it on your blog, it's also publication. Even WhatsApp is also publication. Okay, publication means something that come out to the public. Okay, so then another, maybe you are publishing it on your website, but the simple way is to create a PDF file. Okay, and you wanted to give that license, go to that website, choose that license, copy and paste it, and from your Google Drive, just go to the file menu and publish it and send that link to the public. Okay, that link you can share to the public, it's a publication. So this is what I said. So accordingly, you can make that happen anywhere. You don't need that you need to publish it in a journal or in some other places. If it's a common thing and you wanted that someone should read it, but under these conditions, so that condition, that license you choose from the Creative Commons and then publish it.
Thank you, sir. Dr. Afreen, she is asking that how to give Creative Commons to my personal article.
Yes, it's the same thing. That it's a two-way. One is the HTML tag. If you know how to handle with the HTML tag, if you have your own blog, your website means HTML page, web page. So then go there and choose the license and copy and paste it over there. This is one thing is. Second thing, if you don't have that, then simply just as a hyperlink, we are giving the hyperlink, just choose the license and put it in the hyperlink and then it will be done. That's it.
Thank you so much, sir. Any other question? Yes, I'll share the feedback link. Just a minute. Any other question or query from any other participants? Okay. Thank you so much, sir. So, on behalf of Digital Circle CTPD India, I extend my sincere gratitude to Dr. Yashpal ji for your invaluable contribution as the resource person for our workshop 1 on Creative Commons licensing. Sir, your expertise and insights have greatly enriched the learning experience for our participants, and your ability to convey complex concepts with clarity and engage our audience has made a significant impact. So, the depth of knowledge you shared on Creative Commons licensing will undoubtedly resonate with our educators as they incorporate these learnings into their teaching practices. A special thanks goes to our esteemed guest speaker, Professor Tanya Ma'am, whose insightful remarks added a unique perspective to the workshop. Your presence added immense value, and we are grateful for your time and expertise, ma'am. I would also like to express our deepest appreciation to our program director, Dr. Sanjay Chaudhary ji, for their unwavering support and dedication in conceptualizing and executing this workshop series. His commitment to advancing digital education has been a driving force behind the success of this event. Finally, I extend my heartfelt thanks to all the participants who actively engaged in the workshop. Your enthusiasm and eagerness to learn have made this event a truly collaborative and enriching experience. As we move forward in our Teachers for Digital Tomorrow series, we are inspired by the positive energy and dedication demonstrated by each of you. We look forward to your continued participation and support in future workshops. So I request all to kindly switch on their cameras for a group photograph. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you all.
Thank you all. I'm sharing the feedback form link.
Thank you so much, Yashpal sir.
Thank you, sir. See you again. Thank you, ma'am.
Definitely, sir.
फिर मिलते हैं. Okay, sir.
जी, okay.
Feedback form link has been shared.